This is the Sears word processing typewriter 10K40. It looks like it's yellow, been out in the sun, but I'm not sure. I think it was just yellow when it began. So, on-off switch here. Flip this up. It is a dot matrix. Excuse me. It is a daisy wheel printer. It is a daisy wheel typewriter. And we'll pop this up, set that aside, and this is similar to many of the other typewriters and of the day, having a way to type directly onto the paper. Let's get a piece of paper. We'll do the index. Okay, you can just type. And it does great. It does have a spelling ability. Using this spell button right here, you can choose from these options. Turning it off, you can set the volume. And you can add words, erase words, list what you have in the user dictionary. It will even suggest some. This has 10,000K text memory, so you can actually have 3 different modes. You have the typing one, which I just showed you. Then you have the mode where you can type a line. And if you spell right, which I didn't, and it beeped at me, and you can backspace over it. Be all spiffy. And push return. And it does a good job of typing. So, it also has one more mode where it has a memory in it. And on this particular one, it asks for the name of file if you want to store something, or you go to code and recall, and you can ask for that. And we're going to type help, and it automatically says, okay, I will type this out for you. And I typed some things in earlier, not too long. You can also get a list of all of those that are in memory. Of course, you have only 10,000 characters of memory. Looks like somebody had this before in May 1998. And somebody else wrote that. So it's got some things left over in the memory. And we'll just leave them there. So it has some good things that you can use on it. I don't know that too many people would use the memory function anymore, but it does have a good, nice print. You can see that the daisy wheel does a great job of printing. And it's difficult to see what's on this display, kind of a green background with black on front, but that's not my favorite in the world, but it works. For 1998, it was pretty good. Now, it is kind of loud, as you could tell, even though it's a daisy wheel printer, daisy wheel typewriter, I keep saying that. Okay, and the question is, how is the keyboard? The keyboard is, for me, one of the lowest quality keyboards I found on an electronic typewriter. In fact, every time I press on the shift key, if I press too close to here, it won't go down. Reminds me similar to an Alpha Smart 3000, that type of keys. When you push on it, it doesn't have anything at the bottom. It's rock bottom. It's no pushback. The keys are kind of difficult to push down. If you don't push on them directly down. If you push them aside, they can be more difficult to do. It does have two keyboards to have more characters on the top, and you get to that by pushing the code and keyboard 2, and then you can do all the pound signs and cent signs and paragraph signs and whatever you want with those. Okay, we're going to go back to keyboard 1 by pushing that keyboard key again. So let me just do a little typing, a little bit more typing, and you can see it is probably good enough for most people. If they're not doing a lot of fast typing, it'll be just fine for them. But I don't think that it lets me flow. I make more mistakes with this than with other keyboards, and that to me is part of the flow. It seems to fight me rather than work with me. It doesn't really support me as a writer. It fights me. If I want to just do little poems, things like that, slow, then it's not terrible. So let me do some typing for you. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to turn off the spelling because I really hate having it beep at me, even if I'm typing it wrong. That disturbs my flow, so taking that off. Let's try this again. And there we go. It really does fight you. There's lots of times I was trying to push the keys and it would not do it. So I would say a no on this one unless you're anything but a writer.